Hiya guys, me again, as promised. It's the final part of attaching the Ultre sieve 2 to my eazypod complete. Just gonna throw the animals a bit of food. They're eating like pigs at the moment, as you can see. So I could do this all day long, just stand here doing this. Anyway, enough of the fish. Right, down there is my retrofit bottom drain. So it's not actually a bottom drain as in the liner, as you know. It's a big drain that you get on eBay. They're about just shy of £100. The pipe comes across here. It's 1.5-inch pipe. Down there it's a pump. From the pump up, 1.5-inch pipe straight into a bend onto the back of the sieve. They're 4-inch down to 1.5-inch with a converter and an elbow. That's a 10,000 litre pump. What I did, because I've been having issues trying to get the levels correct, getting the flow correct, I went to purchase this off eBay, and it's a variable flow, 10,000 litres an hour, which means you can turn it down if it's too much. Plus also it saves you money in the winter when you don't need to have your pump going like Billy-O. You can turn your pump down, keep filtering, but turn it down a bit, you know, save a bit of cash, slow the movement down to the pool. The fish aren't feeding hardly anything anyway, so that's why I've gone for it. Right, here we are guys. I've turned everything off for now. I've had this running all day long to make sure that it's working correct before I give you all this information. That's the control unit for the variable pump. You turn it on, you turn it up and down, and it tells you what you're running at. The eazypod's in. It stays at that level obviously because it only goes over the overflow, so it always stays full unless you open any of these valves down the bottom here. The sieve's in. That's the valve that goes into there. This is 2-inch pipe. I cut this off, as I said in the last video, put a boot on, put a converter in there, put a 2-inch hose tail on so I could run 2-inch pipe. It's a bit of a beast. Give me better flow out of there. I've got a shut off valve here so that when you put your tube into there, fill your eazypod to the top for flushing it. Once it gets to the levels up here, you can hit this, turn it. Else otherwise, if you don't do that, as soon as you shut the pump off to stop this filling, this back drains back into here below that level, and you can't clean it. So fill it up, shut it off, turn the pump off. Right, I've put this black tape here to show you why I've done what I've done. It's been a balancing act because obviously the sieve's pump fed, but this is gravity fed. So the gravity's pushing it out into the pipe, into here, into the eazypod. Now believe it or not, that is the level of the eazypod where it starts to overfill into and spill into the eazypod itself. Now before I had the sieve down here, so it kept filling up until it got up to here, so it was getting too full in the sump part at the bottom under the sieve, the screen itself. So, and here is the level when it reaches the tube inside there for it to overflow back into the pool. So what I've done, I've now chocked this up on some really substantial wood. The bottom of the eazypod is now 300mm lower than the bottom of the sieve, or to be precise, I've lifted the sieve up 300mm, and that's because 300mm, the water's only coming up to here, this line here, and it's filling the eazypod. Even when I've got the tube in and I flush it, it doesn't go any higher than that. This is where the screen starts and it curves up to there, So the water is staying over 100 mil below the screen, which is absolutely brilliant. I bought the variable pump in case I needed to turn it down at all. I'm running that flat out Billio at 10,000 litres an hour, and this, I've run it all day long. This is not, it's staying 100 mil below the screen. So I'll turn it on now, guys. Apologies if you can't hear me so well, because I've explained it without it running so that you can, you know, you can hear what I'm saying. So anyway, by the way, that pump off eBay was $149.99. Well worth every penny. Right, I'll fire her up then, and you can see what it's like. That's my variable flow pump, and you'll see it starts to, it's going now. 32, 46, 53, 65, 75. It'll go all the way up to 100, which will mean it's, sorry, that doesn't go all the way up to 100. That goes up to 92 watts. That's what it's pulling at the moment, because it's running on 10,000. That doesn't actually, that's the screen that's making it look like that. It doesn't actually flash. It's just right. There's a black mark at the back there. When it got to its maximum point, I put a mark on it, and I watched that all day long to see if it went past it, and it didn't. The weir came up to that height, stopped there. This is what's come out. It's working absolutely brilliant. You'll see this in a minute. It'll come right to the top. It's already reached to the point, look. It's filling the eazypod now. There's no water at the bottom of the mesh. That's a little bit that sits in that because it's the shape that it is. Yeah, so really pleased with it. Everything's working great. I did show you guys. It didn't come with the baffle. I got a piece of acrylic, bent my own, and then cut it to size. In there, and all the baffle, all that goes is basically stops it scooping over too far and missing the mesh. If it was a bit more powerful than this, it would hit this and still drop down there, and then the muck would migrate down to the bottom. You don't want the water shooting down there because you want it to drop through the filter, through the sieve cart itself. But yes, really pleasing. Like I said, I bought a variable pump. I'm glad I have, because I can turn it down in the winter, slow the filtration down a bit. You know yourself, the fish are feeding, they're not pooing, debris in the pools are minimum, so why have the pool going like Billio? That's 10,000 litres an hour. That's the maximum you want to run that. My pond is 10,000, it's not that big, it's 10,300 litres. So they say you should filter your pond once every 2 hours. This is basically filtering the pond every hour. So what's coming out, and the water doesn't look that bad, so you can see what's coming out of the weir every so often. But of course that was getting stuck in the eazypod, and I was having to clean the eazypod every 3 days. I'm hoping now it'll slow it right down, clean the eazypod once a week, and that'll help let that media then do its job in the middle instead of flushing it out all the while. Anyway guys, I hope that's been helpful. Anybody that's thinking of doing the same thing, I've proved it works. You've just got to make sure you've got 300 difference from bottom to bottom of the sieve. You're laughing. You can make your frame all in one instead of spending a fortune on big heavy timbers like I've ended up doing, because I'm afraid of them collapsing and breaking. So you'll be able to build it all in one if that's what you want to do. So there you go guys. I hope this has been helpful. I hope if anybody's thinking of doing the same thing, you know, I wish you luck. Let me know how you get on, drop me a line, maybe even give me a link to a video if you've made a video of it so I can see it working. It'd be nice to see other people having the same success as I've had. Anyway guys, on that note, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.